Join me. I don't own the rights to this music. Hi, I'm Morningstar. Lighting some incense and some sage. So I got some stuff to talk about today. There we go. Oh man. Oh, oh man. Oh, woo. How to shikatea to shikatea na isha to na chikatea mo shikatea hato itekana mo shatea wata. Woo! Just settling into the energies. My goodness. It's like that river just comes over the top of my head, and it's just like, what? It's like, man, I wasn't laughing my butt off 5 or 10 minutes ago. I mean, not that I'm having a bad day or anything, but. Okay, so, all right, I got to get this set up. Sorry. I know pool hair don't care. Sorry. Ooh, I think I need, what do I need? It might be inside. Okay, I'm going to be right back. I'm going to get this. Archangels of love and light, who's willing to cleanse us of our arc field, tapping into, there we go, breathe. God's source energy in the great I am. Diving deep into middle mother Gaia earth, grounding. Back up to the great I am. And so it is. Oh my goodness gracious. This is a great song. This is Jimmy Spears, Isle, ISLE of View, VIEW. Kind of makes you want to dance. Talking about let it rain on the mountain. You guys probably can't hear, but I can. We need rain. We need rain in our lives on a daily basis. And what do I mean by rain? I mean by the power of God source energy in the great I am, with that river that overflows. I wasn't cracking up all day today. I had a nice day. Went to the beach. We're in. There was some undertow and some big waves because we got some storms coming in, so the weather's going to change a bit. So the waves are kind of like, they're hitting you. And so White Wolf and I had our mask on, and you see these big waves coming over, and I have a mask on. I go underneath the water, and this just, that it hit you, right? You're right in the face, and the spray or the power of that white water just. So. It is so important every day to tap into a place. I don't care if it's 1 minute. And if you have to do it constantly throughout the day, take a few minutes and you breathe, feel the activation. I feel this flow. I feel this flow that comes over, and it's just like every day is important. You know why? Because we get stuck. We get stuck in pedals. We get stuck in puddles. We get stuck in I'm going to share a perfect example. So I decide that I want some popcorn the other night. So pull out a bag, right? So heat up the popcorn, not realizing all of a sudden it was like, what is the stench in the house? I mean, it smelled like mildew. It smelled like stinky feet, stinky something, just gross, right? Just like, what is that? Right? Spraying some stuff. And then, realizing, oh my God, it's the popcorn, so throw it out, right? Well, the whole next day, anytime you use the microwave or you walk in the kitchen, that old oil in the popcorn bag was still stinking. It stunk up the microwave. And when the microwave would start again with a cup of coffee heating up, it was still having that smell, right? And it was like, are we not allowing an influx breathe on a daily basis to come and flow over and to get rid of the small, we might be in a small pond, right? But if you've got a stream of water flowing into that pond, it's life, and it brings vitality, and it brings newness and a freshness to your heart and to your spirit, and it sets things on fire in your heart and your spirit. You have to do that. How? By calming down, by breathing in God source energy, breathing in the influx of that golden, thank you, that golden river flow. It's just right there. It's just right there. And if you have to take your hand and pull it up or pulling it in, here, I mean, even just doing that, just do that. It's like, oh my God, pulling in energy, pulling it in. Just pulling it in. So I encourage you to pull in fresh oil, pull in fresh water, pull it in meditation. Do you know that putting on your favorite song and dancing like a crazy person or whatever, like if you were, like in the old days, if you were drunk out on the dance floor and you just were dancing, you don't care, or maybe that's what you do anyway. You just love to go out on the dance floor and dance, and you don't really care who's watching. You do it in your own home. When you need an energy change, put on some loud music and dance. Dance until you have danced it out. You've danced out any negative energy. You've danced it out. Dance it out. Ugh. Dance it out. Dance it out. Breathe. It is an awesome time to be alive. Awesome. 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 I'm going to take a sip of coffee. It's really cool about Jimmy Spheris is back in the late 70s. It was still kind of like, anyway, he was like one of the first persons that kind of went into that whole really enlightened music mode. Anyway, he's a really cool dude, but anyway, he passed. He died of a drug addiction, but anyway, great, awesome music. Where was I at? Okay, old oil. Giving a nod to grandmother and the tribal council for really feel Archangel Michael's energy right here. Never negate the importance of who you are. I don't care if nobody knows who you are. They know who you are. They hear your prayers. They hear those silent requests. And they'll answer them. They will. And they do. So the thing about life is in the journey of a light worker is that, we talk a lot about shadow work, right? And I've used these hand things before. Like, this is like the shadow, right? It has to collapse, right? And then you get past this level. And then what happens? It opens up into the great I am, right? So this process of the shadow work, it is like layers of an onion. It is. Everything is energy. And I'm going to use some very simple things. So White Wolf felt the energy of this one tree that's on the corner of our house. And he decided to cut it down because on any given day and any given time, there's an energy thing that's going on. And we can tell when the energy is like, wow, something's just in our atmosphere, meaning our home or our energy field that doesn't feel quite right. Right. And so with everything being energy, whether it's trees and, us, everything, it's all energy. So he was cutting a tree like down to like, I don't know, about like this much to the root. Well, between both of us, we were having some things, and I will talk personally for my own self, some things. And I was like, oh my God. I was like, what? I thought what? I thought I cut that cord. I thought I cut that. But you know what? Whenever there's a great move about to take place in your life, what's going to happen? Two things. You have to learn to resonate in peace, no matter what it looks like. You might be wanting to manifest this and manifest that, and you feel it. You know it energetically. It's coming. It's coming. It's coming. Right. And then what happens? Then they say, wait. And when that waiting process happens, it's like another slay. It's another, like, you're being slain because it negates any ego, any if I just tweak or do something in the background, I want them to move. But if I do, it's like, what do they say? We can ask for stuff. They encourage us to ask for stuff. But if we think we're going to be back here in the background, like, no. And matter of fact, if it was coming in close and you're doing some little in the back, no, it'll go away. You know why? Because they want it pure. They want it pure gold refined in fire. If we have our hand, it's like we are given the honor to ask. We can know the answer's coming, right? Like I'll do my sheets, right? And I feel the energy release of it, and I know it's coming, right? But then during that wait and during that pause, it seems like the more I'm wanting it, and it's just like, and there's a battle or a fight, it's just like it disappears. It's like, what? It's like, no. So there's a lot to be learned in the waiting time. There's a lot to be learned in that time of, there it is. And then right before that, it's the wait, it's the pause. They let you pause. Gold refined in fire. What happens? Stuff comes up. Ego. Oh, I got some family root things that need to come up. Maybe there's like a thing of pornography, maybe incest, maybe some deep stuff that, you're like, man, I've cut trees. Yes. But then it's like they go down into the root system, and even in there, you know how roots are in trees and in weeds and stuff, man. One little thing that grows out like this will have this whole massive like root system, and you're like, what the hell? I wish it was easier. It's really not. This journey is not for the faint of heart. It takes courage to look in the face of family timelines, to look in the face of what past generations, in like even in this 3D, alcoholism, incest, pornography, all these different things, right? Abuse, blah, 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 blah. Now, am I guilty of any of those? Did I have a problem with anger? Yeah. Did I have a problem with some OCD? Yeah. Did I put my own children through some OCD stuff that I was, perfectionistic kind of stuff? Yeah. Did I inherit naturally in the 3D stuff? Yeah. Yeah. Until the day I was a little bit too angry with a child, and I'm going to share this story because Joshua just told me to share it. You're just a little too angry. You rip past the point of, you can hear it. You can hear it like when you're at a store. And if you overhear a parent like belittling or talking down to their child, and right? That it's just like, oh my God, everything within me fires like. So anyway, one day I went a little bit too far. I did. But I, and then you can sit there, but, and I just started to do it, didn't I? But you don't understand how exasperated I was. You don't understand how tired I was. You don't understand how exhausted I was. Yeah. So one day in particular, had an incident with, one or two of the children, whatever, clean your rooms again and again. You know what I mean? Just whatever. And I turned back and I looked down the hall at the door, and there is Joshua saying, come back, come here. He's like, come here, go in and apologize. Go in and apologize immediately. And I did. My children taught me to humble myself and to apologize, to go back in and say, I was wrong. I was wrong. I went too far. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Please forgive me. Now, in my life, in dealing with my father, I didn't hear those words. I didn't. It was a free-for-all. I just tried to survive getting out till I could get 16 and get out of the car, and then college or marriage or whatever, and just wait, bide my time until I could scoot. Didn't hear very many apologies. Didn't hear very many, gee, sorry I was drunk and threw the TV across the room and tried to hit your sister. Didn't hear very many things like that. Yeah. Some of you out there experience things even far more worse than I did. Some of you didn't. Some of you might have, and that's okay. Whatever. It's your karmic cycle. Maybe you've cleared so much stuff and you're just hanging out. And it's just great and wonderful. It took a long time for me to be right here, right now. It took a lot of growth. It took a lot of pointed knowing to get. You could have all these things going out, but to get to that point, to get to, what is that point? And the drive within me for change. I didn't want to be like my parents. I didn't want to be like my dad. Didn't. The tears that I cried. Then the tears that I cried in seeing my own self. I didn't have to get drunk to get angry. I told you to clean this room. Your toys are going to go into the trash. Right? It was different, but it kind of tasted the same a little bit, didn't it? It was kind of like, whoa, I went a little bit too far in my anger, didn't I? Yeah, I did. So, in the drive of my own heart to get to right there and to try to stay right there, that I was so dogmatic, so impassioned in this. It was like this fierce warrior within me that knew deep in my heart and my spirit, and then also probably my higher self coming in, that knew it could be different. It could be changed. I want change. I wanted on the point change. I wanted drastic change, and I wanted to see it here. I didn't want to come back 15 times to get, no, this lifetime now. Now, I wanted it. I wanted it. I looked in the mirror. I faced my demons. I still have to do that. So let's go back to, I'm wanting to manifest this and wanting to manifest that. I want to be a blessing and blah, 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 blah. Yeah. And it's not a bad blah, blah. You know what I mean? Right? So then what? Then it's like you got to just wait, and you got to enjoy the bug crawling across the log. You got to enjoy watching the ant or the bird flying over, because no matter what you do, it's not going to make in the physical any of that stuff to happen. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And I think there's one reason why Wolf had pointed out to me the other night, and he's like, you have a hard time with surprises. And I'm like, yeah, because in my life growing up, surprises were not very good. You'd expect a great night, and then, anyway, enough of that. I'm not going to barf all over. I was like, yeah, I have a hard time with surprises, because there's kind of like that, am I safe? Am I going to, fight or flight mode, right? Even something that somebody wants to bless, you're just kind of like, yeah, I have to take a breath. And I'm like, oh, this is a blessing. It's okay. It's breathe. It's okay. You're safe. Everything's fine. It's okay. I had to learn that. I had a brain fart for a minute, trying to figure out where I'm going. So keep the oil fresh. You can be in a small pond, but please, God, please have a stream of energy going in and out, of changing the water up. If not, it becomes a really stinky, nasty pond. Okay? Breathe. It's always in my heart, and has always been in my heart, to ask for an enlargement of my influence, an enlargement for my, not only my natural family, but the enlargement. I've always had a kingdom, or a kingdom mindset, right? Kingdom mindset. I might not ever reach hundreds of thousands of people, but I might reach one that does. That'd be kind of exciting, wouldn't it? So, how do we really mark or judge or decide what's important, what's not? Your prayers, the things you give breath and life to, it means something. It means a whole lot of something. I'm going to burn some sage. So keep the oil flowing. Keep the water. Change it up. I don't care. Put some music on and dance. Go in your room. Put the covers over your head. Cry it out, and then get back up and keep going. Keep going. Start again. Start again. Start again. You don't have to live with years and years of regret and remorse. You don't have to. Let it go. Let it go. Every time you think about that one time, that one thing that someone did, you get zapped right back into that energy field again, don't you? What happened? You're not controlling it. It's controlling you. It's triggering you. You're taken back in. I would come out of a situation, or I always wanted to be somebody growing up, because of how do I say this? Because I was rolled over and just like laid flat. I wanted to learn to have a bite to my tongue, like I'll show you, or I'll be able to say exactly, because I would have conversations and I would relive it again and again in my head, and I'd rework it, and I think, man, oh, if I just said that, oh yeah, if I said that, I would have slayed him. I would have, and I'm like, oh my God, how much time have I spent over the years, and especially before 2012, a little bit after that, getting caught up. Let it go, man. Gee, Emily, Christmas. Let it go. Let it go. Who cares? Who cares? Who cares? I would rather have peace. But I will tell you, as those roots are getting pulled up, you talk about, there might be like in my personally, I was getting attacked by some energy of an ex somebody like 3 or 4 years ago. And the energy was coming in from that. I'm like, what? I'm like, oh my God. So once again, cutting cords is like cutting cords, having to look. Why am I looking at that again? What is that? Is it my responsibility? Do I need, what? Interesting. But at the end of the day, I'm the one that has the power. I have the power to cut it. I don't have to think about it. I can choose again. An influx of thought comes. No, push it to the side. I literally would take my hand and say, nope, I am the light I am. Everything and that's when I use my mantras. Everything that my hands touch turns to gold. I am living my best life now. And so I stir up the energy. I stir up the energy, right? And let it flow. Let it flow. And when you do that, it's like this beautiful protective bubble, right? Around you. Then what happens? They bounce off. They bounce off. There's no entryway. No entryway in. All right, so I'm going to say a prayer. Okay, thank you. Kuan Yin is like right here. I pray for peace over your life. I pray that you know how special you are, how treasured you are, that your words, your breath, the essence of who you are in your being is beautiful. Breathe, and if you are trying the best that you can do, then that's the best that you can do, and it's okay. Ask for help. Ask for help from the upper realms. Ask for help from your guides, your archangels. Call upon Archangel Michael. Call upon Yahshua. Help. I need help in this situation. I'm losing my shit. I can't function. I don't know how to do this. I'm at a loss. I need help. There's nothing wrong with that. As a matter of fact, that's the best position to be in. I've been listening to Jesus and the Essenes, and the Essenes' essence of Yahshua and Jesus is way different than what I was taught. Spiritually, my higher self would know that this is truth, and it was just between me and like reading, right? Different like Psalms. Isaiah 61 is like one of my favorites, right? But there's simple teachings that have profound effect, as high and they're weighted, and as big and as expansive as you want to be, or down to the fine little point, very fine point. Breathe. It's going to be okay. This too shall pass. Live your best life now. What else the hell are we going to do? Choose again. You lost your temper, lost your patience. It's okay. It's all right. It's okay. It's growing us up. It's teaching us stuff, isn't it? Something to be learned in the waiting period. It allows all that nitty gritty to come to the top. It's okay. Keep growing. Keep believing. Keep believing. All right. Breathe. All right, Morning Star. Love y'all. Have your best day. Peace out. If I can remember how to get out. Okay.